Welcome back to another episode of the Recharge Podcast. In today's episode, we're talking about ignorance, and I'm pretty sure that you've heard of the phrase ignorance is bliss, right? We often use this when we want to avoid uncomfortable truths or things that are difficult to acknowledge. And I want to challenge you on this, and I want to share just a little short story. Let's just start with the basics of this. Ignorance just really means lack of understanding or lack of information. It's not about not knowing. It's also about not wanting to know. And it's basically a passive retreat from facts, truth, learning. It puts yourself in peril oftentimes by ignoring what's right in front of you. The idea that this can't hurt us is just a fallacy. For example, if not knowing the speed limit is blissful, then it's certainly not going to protect you from getting a speeding ticket. Not knowing about a health issue doesn't make it go away. In fact, it could make the situation much worse and cause substantial delays in care and remove some of the treatment options right off the table. It might seem like ignoring things is an escape from stress and a way to manage or mitigate those type of things, but just to delay that, oftentimes, more often than not, I would put forth causes worse outcomes in the long run. And so instead of being blissful, ignorance can create a kind of paralysis. My example is that I received a nasty notification from one of the states I used to have a company in, and it was a demand to file reports and taxes that were long overdue with some pretty substantial fines. One of the fines was in excess of $50,000, which totally floored me because I have not operated in that particular state for some time. I put this on the back burner over the weekend and the holiday because I just didn't want to deal with it, and just presuming that ignorance was bliss. And today, when I opened it up and read it in detail, the findings were much different than I had thought. And so for the last 4 days, I've been sort of lamenting about this. I woke up earlier this morning, just couldn't sleep, just knowing that it was going to take the better part of a half a day to get these documents prepared and get this issue resolved. But when I dug deeper into it, I made a phone call. I contacted my tax attorney. I got the proper form sent to them. The whole thing took about 10 minutes. And so I had wasted the preceding 4 days just in ignorance, if you will, thinking that, it was a blissful state, and obviously wasted some of the time with my family over the holiday weekend thinking about something that really, if I would have not ignored it, would have just went away with a simple phone call last Friday. So I hope you found that helpful. Be safe, be well, have a fantastic week. We will talk to you soon.